when I was being hard on myself, and when I did fall, I understood that does not mean that I have not started to grow. So I started looking at the areas that I knew the areas that I needed to work on, and then working in that, I would look back. When I did fall, I would look back and say, well, you know, back then I would have did this, I would have did this, I would have did this, I would have applied it this way, I would have did it, boom, boom, boom. And this time I didn't do that. So when I started celebrating the growth, I started paying attention to patterns. That's the thing. You have to pay attention to your patterns, and you need to know you got to know your vices as well. So look, check this out. So one of my scriptures that I like to quote, that I like to read and I like to go over, it says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. See, people can tell you that, but then when they don't break it down to you, you don't have nothing to pray. You don't know how to practice it. But see, that's the difference. See, the music has an influence because the music will tell you how to practice it. See, the music will tell you, bend over, do this, let it breathe, twerk, boom, 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 boom. It's telling you the process and how to do it. See, a lot of times when people read, what they don't get is the process and how to do it. See, if you break down the scripture and you say, you know, do not be conformed to this world. What you got to break down is, okay, what does the world look like? I don't know what it looked like to you. But to me, the world looked like selling dope. The world looked like robbing. The world looked like sleeping with woman after woman after woman after woman after woman. The world looked like carrying myself a certain type of way and doing, it said, do not be conformed. So when you look that word up, conform, and then you understand, you say, boom, okay, so I know what that looked like. I know what that looked like, and I know what conforming is. So then to get to the process, and then it say, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. When it say be transformed, it literally means I just told you what not to conform to. You know what it looked like. The second thing is going to tell, be ye transformed. It means to form new ideas. How do you do that? You have to start. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. You have to form new ideas. So at that point, anytime one of them corrupted, evil, wicked ideas popped in my mind, I literally had to do what the scriptures say in Corinthians, cast everything that exalts itself against the knowledge of the Most High, bring it down into captivity onto the obedience of Christ, and put something else in there when it came to the thinking. Listen, I'm gonna say it again, and put something else in there when it came to the thinking. It's a lot of people on the line right now. You're probably pessimistic, and the only reason you pessimistic and think negative all the time because things either don't go right. People always ending up being exactly who you thought they were, doing exactly what you thought they was going to do, wearing the mask that you knew that they was wearing. And so now you have a pessimistic mindset about every single thing around you, and you move with a sense of paranoia, and you calling yourself guarded when really it's just a form of brokenness. And you don't know how to overcome it because it's just down in your spirit. And see, in order to do that, see, that's a part of conforming too. Because when you conform to the world, listen to me, it keeps you away from the fruits of the spirit, the love, the joy, the peace, the kindness, the gentleness, the self-control. It keeps you away from them types of things, and it keeps you guarded, and it keeps you back, and then it delay your blessings. You don't even know what a blessing look like no more, because to you don't even think you should receive a blessing. So in order to do that, what you have to do, you have to form new ideas. You have to start planting in your spirit and saying, now some friends, some good godly friends are going to come around. Now I am going to end up in the position that I want. Now this is going to happen. Now you know what? I ain't even going to say that. I used to give you my energy. I used to give you my time. I used to let you have an effect on me. I ain't going to let you push my buttons, because what I've come to understand is that's why you think you still have some kind of attachment to me, because you know when I get upset to you confusing my emotions and thinking that means I still want you to have a piece of me. So in order to do that, you know what? I'm going to change the way that I was thinking about this. I'm going to form a new idea. I ain't even going to cuss you out. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to respond to your message. Matter of fact, I'm going to let you say what you want to say, and I'm going to say if that's how you feel, then I respect how you feel. And look, I may not, but I apologize. I'm going to go on about my way. At some point, you got to start confusing the enemy with your response. When you start confusing the enemy with your response, then the enemy going to sit back, and guess what he going to have to do? He going to have to flee for a minute, and he going to have to come back a little more desperate, and he going to have to bring him some foot soldiers with him, because you're going to overcome that. You're going to overcome how he used to come to you. So you might well going to get ready for that too, because it's different levels to when it's different levels. You know what I'm trying to say. Different levels with different devils, different levels. However you want to put it, vice versa, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Vertical or horizontal. You know what I mean. That's how it's gonna happen. But you just use the same process. It's the same process. You realize what's going on. You plant something different in your mind. You let something different come out of your mouth, because life and death is in the power of the tongue. Like the scriptures say, it's not what goes in the body, it's what comes out of the mouth. Because what comes out of the mouth, it comes from the heart. And when it's coming from the heart, that's where all that evil and wicked is that you need to replace. That is the process right there. Put something else in your mind, speak something else into the atmosphere, and when you do that, expect to receive that. That's having that mustard seed of faith, and eventually it's going to get down in your spirit, and eventually it's going to start manifesting into your life. Like the scriptures say those things that are not as though they are. Quit speaking them things that you think going to go wrong. Quit saying to yourself how these people going to end up being. Quit saying that stuff to yourself, because you ain't doing nothing but speaking it over your life. The scripture told you that. The scripture told you that. So if you're trying to figure out what the process is, that's the process right there. Because listen, I promise you, I went through it. And still practicing it to this day. Healing is still taking place into this day. I understand it's a day-to-day process. It's a day-to-day process. I'm not looking to be perfect. I'm looking to be better. You hear me? We ain't looking for perfection. We just looking to be better. Be better than you were yesterday. That's it. That's all. Just be better than you were yesterday. It's a process, not an event. And I'm going to leave it right there. The spirit, I ain't got nothing else to say. Ain't no sense to me to keep talking. I ain't going to keep trying to add to it. I ain't trying to. That was the word. I'm done. All honor to the Most High, to the King. Grateful for the blood of Yeshua, who we know is Jesus the Christ, who shed his blood for all mankind, who was pierced in his side. And see, look. Y'all go, yeah. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. And we are the children of Israel. Yeah. It's still a thing. It's still a thing. It's still a thing. Yeah, it's still a thing. Hey, look, I'm finna get ready to roll though. If you just got on here, man, and you want to see this live, I'm gonna put it on my YouTube. My YouTube is Joe Baker. Man, if you've been rocking with me, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't, if you just got here, hey, get ready, because it's going to be a ride. We're going to be rocking. Man, y'all be blessed. Y'all hold it down. Y'all say y'all prayers before y'all go to sleep, man. Call your people. Look, I'm going to say this before I go. If you've been having some kind of beef with somebody, if you've been holding some kind of grudge, or whatever the case may be, look, that apology that you're looking for, it's probably not going to never come. And sometimes you got to understand that forgiveness is not for the other person. A lot of times it's for yourself. Because a lot of people carry stuff, and it's because you ain't got to the point of where you done released it and forgave yourself. You done apologized way too many times. You done tried to be, listen. My series is on Patreon. And what you need to do, man, is just go ahead and let that go. You need to go ahead and let that go, because it's only going to get heavier. And it's a lot of people who don't even realize it's your heart they're taking advantage of, because these people that you waiting on an apology for, I promise you, these folks are sleeping like babies. They don't even care that you just messed up in your mind about whatever happened. Man, let that go. Go ahead and speak your piece and whatever you need to say. Go on about your day. And look, don't take them grudges to the grave. Don't take them grudges to the grave. Don't keep taking them grudges to your bed. Don't keep carrying them grudges, because I promise you, them grudges is gonna get heavy. Them grudges gonna get real heavy, and the enemy gonna keep using it and keep putting that weight on you. And you gonna look up and you gonna realize that stuff didn't even matter. Y'all be blessed. I'm gone.